Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and this is episode 1 of Let's Play Korsakovia. This is a source mod made by the Chinese Room, who you might know from their previous source mod, Dear Esther, which was recently re-released as a standalone game. They're also the company currently working on Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, the sort of Amnesia sequel that's in development right now. Korsakovia was released after Dear Esther, the original source mod, but of course before the re-release. So I'm curious to see what exactly they did with this. It's yet another first-person atmospheric game, where it's more focused on story than actual action or anything else. In this case, we're a patient in a hospital with Korsakoff syndrome, a syndrome that revolves around two different kinds of amnesia, as well as invented memories that take up gaps in our memory, caused by the amnesia. So it's interesting to see what we're going to find here. I'm going to shut up because for some reason there's no subtitles for any of the dialogue.
Hello, Christopher. How are you this evening? Do you know where you are, Christopher? Do you know who I am, Christopher? My name is Dr. Grayson, Christopher. You are in hospital, in St. Clement's. Do you understand why you are here? What was that, Christopher? We'll get to that. Right now, I need you to listen to me carefully. I need you to tell me the last thing you remember.
Alright, so I guess the last thing we remember is waking up in this shitty hospital room. Alright, so we've got our flashlight, we can sprint, and we can jump. And it's pretty much, all standard source engine stuff. I'm assuming we can pick stuff up, once we find, like, a box or something. This really is a pretty awful hospital. Conservation of momentum. That doesn't really seem important for a patient to know. But apparently all of them have that on them. I'd like to think that this is just rubbing alcohol, but no, it's beer. Probably shouldn't be giving that patient that much alcohol. This must be the cancer ward. Something blinking in that room. There's a Half-Life 2 health kit here. Guess we can't do anything with it. Kids are fast learners. I have wrapped my hands in copper, a superconductor. Ugh. That's what happens when you superconduct your hands. Somebody filled the hallway with absolute junk. Ooh, Dr. Grayson's office. That's the chick we're talking to right now.
Christopher, I need you to focus on my voice. Can you do that for me, Christopher? Christopher, do you understand that you are blind?
I'm not blind. I can see perfectly well. I'm in a doctor's office. Where are you?
Christopher, my name is Dr. Grayson. I am a consultant neurologist at St. Clement's. Do you remember who I am?
I don't think we remember who she is. The Hanwell ward is locked.
I have administered 1.5 milligrams of alprazolam to the patient following an acute panic attack. He threw his television set out of the window at approximately 11:45 p.m. I have instructed the porters to lock the door until he is calmer.
First aid for eyes. Seems like a strange thing to have in a hospital hallway. Transplant office for optics. So I guess right now we're in a fabrication within Christopher's mind. We are in fact seeing what he's seeing, but he's not seeing anything from the sound of it.
On examination, his body shows clear signs of a long history of self-harm. This supports the hypothesis that his current delusions are rooted in a history of mental illness.
Dr. Bregan's private reserve. Didn't think they had those in hospitals before the end of the world. Seems like kind of an awful consultation room considering it's all tile walls. Must be really cold in here. The eyes are liars. The lying will set the fire to the world. The eyes must be removed, Christopher. Wake up, Christopher. Wake up now. It's as if something is trying to breach Christopher's mental shelter. Oh, crowbar.
Christopher, do you know who I am?
Why are the lights turned out?
Christopher, do you know where you are?
That lamp is floating. As is that conservation of momentum. Alright, so there's a health kit in here. I'm thinking we probably actually do take damage now that we have a crowbar. I mentioned there's probably something around we're gonna have to fight. Like these tables. Alright, so I don't think there's anywhere else for us to go here. I think we might have to go back to that boarded up stairway. All these other doors are locked. It doesn't look like there's anything else in the courtyard. Just this one stump. Oh! There's a shadow over there. Oh, Jesus. I think that shadow might need a good crowbarring. Stop! I have dispelled the darkness with violence. Nothing in here. I guess we'll just continue to the stairwell.
The paramedics were unable to find his eyes. We think he may have eaten them.
It's another ghost. Dr. Edenelli. Burn it all, Christopher. It's got a bit of a pyromaniac in there. Plath. I wonder if that's Plath like the author of The Bell Jar. An author who killed herself shortly after finishing her book. Do we have to hit the button, or do we have to go down? That looks like a long... Oh, there's water at the bottom. Nope, shadow thing. Alright, so we took that medkit, so we definitely need health. Hope there's some sort of indication, though, that we're taking damage. Munch ward. Robert Munch? These things like leap towards you. I wonder if they're just modified fast head crab zombies. Okay, nothing else in here but another health kit. Alright, into the depths we go.
Why the television, Christopher? Why that?
Because I fell through a gap in the channels and the signal got frozen in time. That's how they restart hearts, isn't it? That's why they invented electricity, to restart hearts, isn't it?
I probably can't pass that.
Wake up, Christopher. I need you to wake up now.
Ooh. All this blood, but no body. I hear another shadow, but I don't see it.
It's like when you lose the channel on the television. Only that's the real signal. That's why I had to detune them there. That's why I had to break open the screen.
Oh, jeez. Game did not like me hitting that. Alright, so let's not attack the electricity. It seems like a fool's errand now.
That's why I had to get rid of my eyes.
The patient was admitted suffering third-degree burns to his hands, with other severe burns across his body, the result of the ensuing fire. The trauma to his eyes is several days old and appears to have been self-inflicted. The patient is suffering from an advanced stage of Korsakoff psychosis. He has almost total retrograde amnesia and sporadic episodes of severe anterograde amnesia. Although he responds normally during these periods, he has no recollections.
That one was a bit tougher. Alright, so now the power seems to have shut off for whatever reason. Probably because we blew up that room with our mind. It seems when we take damage... Oh, Jesus. Cracks appear on the screen. Kinda hard to tell when they're dead or when they're just not attacking you. Now here I thought we had to like crawl up on these ducks or something. There's a hole here.
I watched them in the hospital. The doctor leaned out of the screen and pushed her fingers into my eyes, up to the knuckles. Why she did that, I couldn't tell at the time.
My name is Dr. Grayson. You are in hospital, Christopher. Do you understand me? Do you understand me, Christopher? Christopher. Can you hear me, Christopher? What appears evident is that the fantasy apocalypse is both older and more detailed than I first thought. Rather than a response to the event, it predates it considerably, and has fully replaced any memory of life prior to the onset of Korsakoff's. We must tread carefully. It is little wonder that he considers our conversations to be an intrusion into this world. A worrying change is that he seems to be capable of integrating me into his delusion.
Well, I guess that'll do it for episode 1 of Let's Play Korsakovia. I've been Shadefire and Christopher, and I'll see you next time.